Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNV. Get updated.
Afternoon, Granny. Afternoon, Dodo. But where you going this hour today?
I'm going to buy a petrol Caribbean gas.
Well, let me help you.
No, child. Don't go strain you like you want to put me in trouble.
Granny, don't worry. This is Special Caribbean. Watch.
Bonche! Watch out the child raise the thing like you like a serana. Put it down.
Granny, my mother say, Petrocar LPG, easy to handle. Safe and secure, you can watch your water and see when the gas finishing. And you know what? It's cheaper than the rest.
Thank you, Dodo.
Petrocarib, energy for union, available at distributors and retailers across
The inaugural Pure Grenada Cup Parish Football Tournament continues every weekend at a location near you. Round 4, Wednesday, April 4th and April 11th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Round 5, Friday, April 6th and Saturday 7th at the Fawn Playing Field in St. Patrick. Round 6, Friday 13th and Saturday 14th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Round 7, Cuthbert Peters Park in Gore, Friday the 20th and Sunday 22nd April. Also at the Lauriston Mini Stadium on April 22nd. Inside Carriacou, semi-finals Saturday, April 28th and the grand finale May 5th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Over $70,000 to be won. Come out and represent your parish. 8 weeks of exciting football. Pure Grenada Cup. This ad sponsored by Star Malt.
Clean hands save lives. Keeping hands clean is one of the most important steps we can take to avoid getting sick and spreading germs to others. It is best to wash your hands with soap and clean running water for 20 seconds. However, if soap and clean water are not available, use an alcohol-based product to clean your hands. Alcohol-based hand sanitizers significantly reduce the number of germs on skin and are fast-acting. Follow these simple steps when using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. 1. Apply product to the palm of your hand. 2. Rub hands together. And 3. Rub the product over all surfaces of hands and fingers until hands are dry. This is a message from the Ministry of Health.
You're listening to Hard Talk Grenada via www.hardtalkgrenada.com.
Pages old and worn, and it reached out to touch the lives of babies yet unborn. A shining light when all seemed dark, the hope for years to come. And then they killed the hope, they gunned it down. Right down, he was a martyr, a hero, nothing less. Nothing more. A cause strong enough to die for. A will so tough, 'twas enough to win the war. And so he lived and died this little story, and gained a place, a special spot in history. Don't you know? Do not have to work in obscurity, and his worthwhile contribution is recognized only when he is gone. Do not always have to give up his life or build an airport in his country and can get it named after he. Look, the boy who was left to wander in a troubled African town where an exploding bomb or gunshot was a common everyday song. As he grew, his best friend was hunger. He ate out of garbage cans, and with all the odds piled he still grew to be a man. Now between me and you, for what he went through, he must be a hero too, that's true.
And a good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott. Yeah, I'll be flying solo today, taking you up to the 12 o'clock hour.
Will be remembered by the works that they have done. Great men who fund
The phone numbers on the inside, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. It is an overcast Thursday on the Spice Isle.
Martin Luther,
Pretty overcast today.
Nelson Mandela,
Had some slight showers coming up.
Steve Biko, TM,
Nothing to write home about.
Julian Feder,
Sure, the heat dried that up right after it hit the ground, yeah?
and many more, too numerous to mention, who with their works have touched the light.
Over the past few days, some people have been asking me to read out the list of the permanent secretaries, yeah?
Party that squeeze,
Well, one of them is the guy singing there, so...
live in hell, 27 years in a cell. Whoa, hero, may not preach unification as he puts his life on a limb. Every hero can't have a dream. Look, the young Rastafarian brother at his best is worse than a beast, and his name is right at the ceiling of every policeman's list. People think he's a good for nothing, little less than a common thief, and don't care how they try to crush him in, he holds on to his belief. Now between me and you, for what he goes through, he must be a hero too, that's true. He
Let me say a special good morning to all of you on the live. Good morning, Leslie, Brenda, hey, Teddy Bear. Morning, morning to you, Rhonda and Terry and Stedlin, Cynthia, Aaron, Diane, Jillian, Andra, Dexter. Folks, just remember to like and share the video. Like and share the video, yeah? Nice, beautiful. I say a special good morning to the island of Pity Martinique. Hope you all are having a fabulous, fabulous morning this morning.
the choices that you make, each time the chips are done and out will tell if you are great.
Yeah, folks, all roads lead to the Grenada Invitational, Grenada National Stadium. That's taking place this Saturday,
Hanging
the day after today, yeah? No, not the day after today, the day after tomorrow, yeah.
let it show.
Kind of thing I'm saying. The day after tomorrow, I think it is Friday already.
Oh, what a hero. So much abuse.
Know that all the preparations are in, well, not really in high gear right now, eh? In operation right now, yeah?
Then came oppression.
The team from ESPN, they came in earlier this week. They are now there doing all the bits and pieces,
Just made the black
running the various tests and so on to make sure everything runs properly.
stuff. Each time they pushed him under. So you see, that could be the boy that
So we hope the weather plays its part and behaves itself on Saturday.
he turned away and said no. Whoa. Doesn't depend on
Remember, folks, you can still get your tickets at Duty Free Caribbean. That's in the Melville Street Mall, yeah. You can go into there and you will get your tickets for the Grenada Invitational as well as the after party. You can also get them at Grenadian Optical, at Venus Sports Bar, and at Maxi Bola up there in Grenville.
but for love of the art and nothing.
For those of you who prefer to do it that way, you can get it online. Yeah, you can use your credit card or your debit card and you can purchase your ticket via GoToFet.
He must be a hero too.
Or you can visit the Grenada Invitational website. There's a lot of information there, so you can visit the Grenada Invitational website as well, and you will get some information there in relation to that. Also remember, it's coming up, Spice Mass 2018. It's already been launched, so officially we're already into Spice Mass, eh? The time of the Merry Monarch.
I do come to mix up childhood days with old tradition.
I feel this morning we're going to call one of those ministers and see what's the latest, yeah?
But certain things children must go through.
We'll just go through, see which one, and we'll just call a minister this morning and see what's going on.
Instead,
we can't call Prime Minister, we can't call the Honorable Peter David. They are both in London at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Also, they have to attend several other meetings while they're there in the UK. And both gentlemen, tomorrow, for those of you in the UK, tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. You need to be there by 6:30 p.m. so they can have a prompt 7 p.m. start, because remember, Prime Minister has to travel, Honorable Peter David, they have to travel. Yeah? So tomorrow, that is taking place at the Bloomsbury Hotel, 16 to 22 Great Russell Street, London. Yeah? The nearest tube, the nearest train stop to that is the Tottenham Court Road stop. So you could take the tube that gets you to Tottenham Court Road. So again, that's taking place at the Bloomsbury Hotel, 1622 Great Russell Street, London. And that will be taking place tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. And it starts promptly at 7. Need persons to be there and seated by 6:30 p.m. All right? Nice. Beautiful. Looking forward to, I'll see you all. Believe me, I'll see you all in it. Yeah.
Get gone, little children recreation. Get gone, it's killing is sex, high fashion clothing. This is what little children.
Yeah, my computer is deciding to do what it wants to do. I have to kind of struggle with it here to get it to do certain things. Yeah. But I'm trying. I'm fighting up with it, yeah?
Little children, days are in danger. Some of them don't walk with the stingray, but they don't play moral, hopscotch and pongstone. Little children, days are in danger. No television messing up the mind, love is falling.
Yes, Albert, we are aware that the senator, the person who was previously the senator with responsibility for agriculture, that's Keith Clouden, he has decided not to offer himself for the Senate this time around. So I believe the farmers will be having a meeting today. I'm not too sure on the location, the farmers and fishermen. Because all the time you hear about the farmers. The fishermen, they want to be represented too. And as such, the farmers and fishermen, they will be having a meeting today to decide who their representative into the 10th Parliament, yeah, as the farmers and fishermen representative. They'll be having that meeting today to make that decision.
Development must come from all sources. When I remember how we used to tell many stories in the yard, and children, they used to appreciate whatever their parents had. Days we used to cook by grandma. That gone, eat dumpling and taste so strong. That gone, it's killing is sex, high fashion clothing. This is what little children studying. Little children, days are in danger. They dressing with big pants that falling down. They don't play banjo, shak shak and they jump. Little children, days are in danger. They don't say good morning, neither goodbye. They look into drink, smoke and catch a high. Little children, days are in danger. But we cannot blame the children alone. Just remember, charity begins at home. Little children, days are in danger. All the pain is a mother and a father.
Remember when Jack and Jill went up a little bit and Jack fell of water? Then Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after.
I will never disrespect the world of technology. No. But some don't seem to appreciate when they get things too easy. The security.
Yeah, no, I think I've got that problem fixed. Yeah.
It's community responsibility.
My mouse seems to have fallen into a rat trap or some kind of thing. A mouse trap.
Now to the children, they have public phone and they still mashing up all. Children now they go to God. God gone. They don't make no flute with bamboo. God gone. It's killing is sex, high fashion, clothing. This is what little children study in. Little children days are in danger.
All the blame is a mother and a father.
You can't talk to them now, they want to chop. They no longer play marble and spin top. Little children days are in danger.
All the blame is a mother and a father.
Some of them don't walk with a stingray bun. They don't play marble, hopscotch and pongstone. Little children days. Oh God.
All the blame is a mother and a father.
No television messing up the mind. Love is falling and hate continue to climb.
Yeah, that's the man Squeezy. I can't remember the year though. I can't tell you the year. If he had to do a modern version of that song now. Imagine that was over 10 years ago he was singing that particular one. Maybe as much as 20, yeah? Because you realize he mentioned about cell phone and tablets and the internet and those kind of things, yeah? Nice, yeah.
Continue to climb, little children days are in danger.
All the blame is a mother and a father. Bring on roses, bucket full of roses. Ashes, ashes, all down.
Let me say good morning to you, Cammy. I hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning. And to all of you down in the bus terminal.
At an early age, no. But parents must try to bend the tree before it gone past its stage. Love to the max and teach them the facts, all that they should know. Both yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I know children before used to get up and give old people their seat. But today children, they just cross their feet, treating old people like all the respect for the elders. That gone. Children now don't have no manners. That gone. This killing is sex, high fashion, clothing. This is what little children study in. Little children days are in danger. They dressing with big pants that falling down. They don't play banjo, shack, shack, and they jump. Little children days are in danger.
All the blame is a mother and a father.
They don't say good morning, neither goodbye. They looking to drink, smoke, and catch a high. Little children days. Oh God.
All the blame is a mother and a father.
But we cannot blame the children alone. Just remember charity begins at home. Little children days are in danger.
All the blame is a mother and a father.
Yeah, also got to let you know,
children are born, but children.
The Brotherhood of St. George, they have their second annual variety concert and it's taking place on Sunday, the 29th of April. It's going to be at the GBSS Auditorium from 5 p.m. Tickets cost $30 for adults in advance, at the door $40. Children, $15. That's if they're 15 years and younger. For the entire family, you could bring the entire family out for $60. That's a mother, a father, a child, a parent, and 2 children. Performing artists, Ajamu, or as we just say, Ajamu. Yes, so Ajamu, Lisa McDonald, Rita Augustine, Danielle Trio, Algernon Belfon, Robert Pear, and Simone Dance Group, Nigel de Gale Baitu, and the Anglican Church Choir, along with many others. Tickets are available for members of the Brotherhood of St. George, the Mitchell's Pharmacy, a food fairs, complex, Grand Aunts, and the church office on Church Street. Proceeds in aid of the rebuilding of the St. George Anglican Church. So that's taking place on Sunday, the 29th, not this Sunday, the following Sunday, right? So Sunday, the 29th of April from 5 p.m. at the GBSS Auditorium. So remember, tickets, adults $30 for you alone, right? That, and $40 at the door. So $30 in advance, $40 at the door. Children, $15. That's for children 15 and younger. Family, $60. So if you're bringing the family, like a mother and a father, a child, mother, father, 2 children, 1 parent, 2 children, right? Yeah. So family, $60. All right. And performances by Jamo, Lisa McDonald, Rita Augustine, Daniel Trio, Algernon Belfon, Robert Pear, and Simone Dance Group, Nigel de Gale Baitu, and the Anglican Church Choir, among many others. So you can check the Brotherhood of St. George, Mitchell's Pharmacy, Food Fair Complex, and Grand Aunts, and the church office on Church Street. And remember, all of that is in, yeah. And remember, the proceeds are in aid of the rebuilding of the Anglican Church. All right? Yeah, no, wait. That song is not from 30 years ago. That song might more be about a 20, but it's not 30 years ago. About 20 years ago. All right? All right. Yes, indeed. All right. So, Terry, yeah, I realize Terry and Hannah start again on Chris. Watch all your belly, you know. Forget Chris. Yeah, Hannah, forget him. Oh, Lord. Yes, I'll never forget him. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Give us a call. Let us know what is going on in your neck of the woods, yeah? So remember the Grenada Invitational, it's taking place this weekend. Yeah, that's this Saturday, this Saturday afternoon. Keep your schedule clear for this Saturday. Braylon Taplin is here. Seen many of the other athletes, they are here.
Why the hell you keep coming back? Why don't you remain in New York and make big money?
Justin Gatlin is here.
Why you making your head so hard?
Also seeing some of the Cuban contingent, they're here as well. And many other athletes from around the world.
This is the voice of my fans echoing throughout the land. Year after the competition. But I tell them as much as I appreciate their opinion, I can't change my principles as a culture man. It's so critical. I love carnival.
Saying a special good morning to all of you, yeah.
I ask not much.
In the Noise Radio chat room, Kathy, Lady Fran, Brenda, Wade, Captain, DJ Cockney, the entire crew out there in Brooklyn and Grenada who's in the Noise Radio chat room, saying a special good morning to each and every one of you. We have a call online. Good morning.
Brother Sheldon.
Hi, morning, Nanny.
How are you?
Dear, I sit down and wait for you to call you last time.
Eh?
I sit down and wait for you to call you last time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was waiting on you. I don't see your call.
Well, I called, but they say you go already.
Oh, I could I go already? I sit down here for about an hour and a half waiting.
Yeah, I tell you, they tell me you go already.
Nah. Maybe you call a wrong number because I was right here. I was waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How are you, though?
Well, let me tell you now.
Mm-hmm.
I want you already, eh?
You want me?
I want you.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say you making something tomorrow, please God, or next week.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put, you don't know if you go leave.
Okay. I'll go make sure.
You say you making new thing tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow never come, brother.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So say
but we have
God's willing.
We have hope.
Yeah.
We have hope.
Yes, Papa.
All right. But everything else is okay for the time being.
Yes, boy.
All right. Well, we go talk. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'll be around a little bit after the program again today.
Yeah.
So I'll wait around about an hour.
On Andre program.
On Andre's program.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'll wait here a little while for you.
All right.
All right, my dear.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So we have a caller online. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Grenada. I'm calling because I heard a concern, and it's a serious concern this morning on WFM as it relates to the incident that took place last weekend with Betty Ann.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my honest opinion is that nothing will come out of that. And I'm saying that in respect to a few years ago, we had an incident with a well-known individual whose father was a lawyer, who would have knocked down and killed a homeless man right on that same road below where the new parliament is being built. And nothing come out of that case, you know. And I'm saying because of who the person is, Betty Ann, I honestly don't think nothing should come out of it. So I don't want us as Canadians to be surprised. We would hear police investigating. But because of who the person is, honestly, I don't think anything is going to come out of that. And I think that should be a thing that should change. And I think the media should keep on the police back. You know, that's my contribution today. I know certain persons will be concerned, but I would not be surprised if at the end of the day we hear nothing come out of that, because that's just how the system works.
All right. Okay, my brother.
All right. Take
care. What I have to say is that I do not share the same belief. Now, when an incident happens, when an accident happens, when some sort of criminal activity happens, the police have a responsibility to do an investigation. The police will do their investigation. After they do their investigation, they have to send that information to the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecutions, who will decide if charges are to be pressed in that case or not, if there was negligence, if it was something that was willfully done. So the DPP will say whether or not to proceed with pressing charges and so. I am not a witness. I was not there at the activity. I've heard various accounts. In fact, I've heard about 3 various accounts of the very same activity. And if I'm hearing 3 different accounts, I believe the police might be hearing the same thing, about 3 similar accounts or 3 different accounts of what would have taken place. And they will take action where action is necessary. When it goes to the court system, it's a different thing. When it goes to the court system, it's a different thing. For instance, you have the case. Everyone meets me every now and again and asks about that one. And sometimes we have people calling in. There's a gentleman that used to call in all the time asking about this particular case. And I think he's even gone to the great beyond. And that is the case of the Cap Bank. Yeah? The Cap Bank case. Some people thought that the Cap Bank case was finished because they heard that Mr. De Burgh was sentenced to prison and that sort of thing. No, there's another case there that has to be resolved so that the people who have put their money into Cap Bank can get their money back. Yeah? So that case, I believe, would have been completed and the judgment is being awaited. So they're awaiting the judgment right now to come in relation to that. So the entire thing can be cleared up, and that the people who have their money, who have their $8,000, their $9,000, their $10,000 and so on, that they somehow can start the process of getting back their money. Or if the money is not there to pay them, that the assets of Cap Bank and the assets of the directors of Cap Bank can be seized and sold so that the money can be recuperated, so that each and every one of these persons can get back their money. So there's a process that has to be followed. It's not an immediate thing that this happened and that happened and immediately something you hear some information on it. I'm hoping to hear from the Royal Grenada Police Force a report on that incident. I know they send out reports on all incidents, and I'm expecting them to send out a report on this particular incident. As I said, I will not stand in judgment of another. I was not there. I've heard various stories. I've heard this is what happened. I've heard that is what happened. I've heard 3 different stories. Yeah? And as such, it is important for us to now hear from the Royal Grenada Police Force, which I believe they will do in their good time. They would send that information out so that we all can have it and we all can understand what is taking place. Yeah? Nice. So I'm giving them a little time still. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Scott. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm great,
and
Miss Scott.
Good morning to Grenada. I was listening to my voice this morning. This thing concerning what I told you about yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't want you to talk about it right now.
No, I'll leave it alone.
Because what happened? One of the sisters by the name of Alvina dropped a list by me of this week. Yesterday. And from Mr. Lacroix. And we tried and we raised a little money. But a brother came this morning and want to go with a bottle. I tell him, no, he did not put that bottle here. Anybody to come and take it is a sister. Right? So that's why I don't want you to call. Because the sister can't touch with her sister now. The sister say that people been giving the other family member money. and they're not bringing it in by Mr. Lacroix. Right? But the guy come and he say, the man that bounced down, going by the insurance and he go bury her. So that's why I don't want you to call and assist at taking anybody money right now. Because I don't want to get tired.
Yeah.
Because he said, oh, bacchanal. You understand?
And that's why
Till the sister come and tell me, when she come back, later and tell me, well, go ahead, then I will let you know.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, I agree
because
with you.
we raise the money and we take note. Every time she collect, I take a note and the date and how much it is. So because I called this morning and Shaggy and asked that people could put $1, that kind of expose them. The sister said that expose them because you have businesses that give the other family member money and they not bring it in by Mr. Lacroix. Right? So the people must know. They have to be very careful. They have to be very careful, Mr. Scott. So if she come back and tell me, go ahead, I will let you know. Okay?
Yes, of course, my love.
Right. So have a nice day, Grenada.
What sale you have there?
It's nice and sunny. And listen to me. Yesterday, when I spoke to Shaggy about the boardwalk, and I said about Mr. Peter David number, that he have a certain house in Grenada. He want to use that to hit Peter. He better behave himself and don't get involved with me and Peter David business. If I say I don't have Mr. David number, that is my right. You understand? So I don't know why is the problem. You see what happened? The oil business and the 15-0 have them still kind of bazodi. They cannot get over. It's like when you're giving a child those are castor oil and the castor oil had to go down. That's how they can't take it. So I want that man what was there on the radio that running him out. Behave yourself and go and get a good job to take care of yourself. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye, Cammy. Cammy. Well, I mean, come on. Peter always passes the check it, Cammy. Cammy know where to find Peter if she had to find him. But what else do some people that all kind of take? Trying to make a talk out of that. Like if Peter hiding from people or something. Peter ain't hiding from nobody. He ain't hiding from nobody. Yeah, they can't take the castor oil, Cammy. They can't take it. 440 7377 440 7377. And I try to understand something, huh? It's kind of disgusting for me. Yeah. And she didn't call anybody names, so none of you could sue me. Why do some people do that sort of thing? As soon as you have a family member died or a house burned or something, they go in and collecting money and not doing what? Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Morning, my dear.
How are you doing?
Hey, I'm fine.
As a concerned citizen, I'm asking please to pass on that message to us, and if it's by who, to fix that rail going up to Fish Market. That's board strips they put over the sea where people walk as a sidewalk.
Oh, that's what Cammy just called about there, the boardwalk as well. Yeah, she spoke about that.
Get it fixed, please, because I know there is a lot of foreigners inside, people walking, and it's getting bad. Get it fixed, please.
Now, on hearing Cammy yesterday, caller, I did reach out to the Ministry of Works. In fact, before I could even message them, they messaged me. And they said that how they had looked at that boardwalk just last week. I was asking them, though, if any remedial work will be done before Saturday, because we're going to have a serious volume of people passing over that Saturday. But I didn't get a response yet. All right, my dear?
I hope they're listening. I'll know. Try over the weekend, tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah.
They could get it during a busy time. We'll be very thankful.
Yes, my dear.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right. Yeah, that is the very thing that Cammy called about. And it's an important observation, especially at a time like now where you have the Grenada Invitationals. You have a lot of visitors. You have a lot of Grenadians. Us, we use it. It's more us Grenadians that using it, because we know you could drop in town and you walk across to the stadium. So we use it. We utilize that boardwalk. And if there are rotting boards there, or if there are areas that are weak, they need to be resolved and ASAP, because you're going to have a serious volume of people crossing over there on Saturday. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, just a comment I want to make.
Go right ahead.
I've been listening to a radio host this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very perturbed, knowing that election come and gone, and it is time now for we to settle down and bring together. But instead of that, he creating a divide, dividing the people with only negativity, nothing positive. I feel it is high time for we to put our act together and stop this nonsense about thieving election, OBR, and them kind of a thing like that.
Mm-hmm. My friend, as you heard what Cami said a little earlier.
Yes.
It's like when you're giving a child a dose of castor oil. It's difficult to go down, Then that child fighting, they don't want to take that castor oil, But take it they must. Yeah? And that seems to be sort of what is taking place right now with that individual and the sycophants and so that surround them. That is the type of behavior that you get from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can't deal with reality. And as long as they can't deal with reality, the result will continue to be the same.
That's true.
They continue to call people needy and greedy. I didn't hear them this morning, but yesterday I heard them on my way to work.
Okay.
So yesterday they were calling people needy and greedy and saying, yes, they're needy and greedy. Yes, they're needy and greedy and so. And all this sort of things. And listen, I would not discourage them from behaving like that because politically, the best thing for me is for them to continue operating and behaving exactly how they're behaving.
Yeah.
I don't need them to change, They could stay just how it is.
I realize that's how he could make his money, a contribution by begging people and things like that. So you have to take this kind of a negative line, so that there are certain segments of the society who like them thing. And
and
get little money on mountain.
And the month coming up, so they have to try the thing.
That's it. I listen now.
All right, brother. Can we say go and get a walk? Oi, come here. Your mouth look good, girl. Oh dear, 4407377. That's the number for you to call on the inside, and 347-329-3101. We've got a caller online. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Right. I would have called your program maybe about a year ago concerning that little strip of road between Convent entrance and Convent exit where vehicles are parked there. And it's virtually impossible for kids to pass whenever the vehicles are there. And I would have also called the police at the traffic department, and I have not seen anything done as yet. And I think it's an accident waiting to happen.
Well, I'll tell you, even yesterday, and I'm agreeing with you, because even yesterday, I had a tough time passing there between a hearse and a vehicle that was parked there. Now, the hearse you could understand, because a funeral was taking place. But the other vehicle parked on the other side now, it caused a problem. It did cause a problem. It causes a problem there every single morning and every single evening when you have high traffic going through there.
I look at especially the motherless children. I mean, they could be 5 and 6 year olds and trying to maneuver between that little stretch of road. It's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I really think we should see danger, be proactive, and work on it. I mean, I will call the police maybe twice already, and I've not seen any action done there. There are a number of places where we have no parking that doesn't pose any danger that I can see. But that is danger waiting to happen.
Yeah, I caller, I agree with you. What I will do is, personally, I will pass on that concern to the Royal Grenada Police Force because I think that area should really be a no parking.
I believe so.
That area should really and truly, that area should be a no parking.
Okay.
Yeah? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. One of the problems we have, though, is that when you look at the town of St. George, the city of St. George, there is a difficulty when it comes to parking in certain areas. That is one of the areas. If you have a business in that area, there's a difficulty because you would have to park quite a distance away to be able to get to and from your business. You have to park quite a distance away. But there is an additional problem. The roads are narrow. All roads were not designed for the type of vehicles that we have coming into the country now, that people have now. and the volume of vehicles that we have as well. It was not designed for that. Yeah? Our roads are narrow, and they've been that way for many, many, many decades. And it's virtually impossible in some areas within the town. It's virtually impossible to widen some of the streets, that area being one of them. It's near impossible. Well, if you do it, it's going to cost you a lot of money because you basically have to seize private property from, in this instance, the Catholic Church, and from private landholders, and you'd have to go a couple feet to the side to be able to widen that particular area. But it is a problem. The caller is absolutely right. There is a problem in that area. In fact, sometimes when I can avoid it, I avoid it. Yeah, sometimes when I can avoid having to pass there, I avoid it. Sometimes you come up St. John Street, and when you take that left at the cathedral, there is a vehicle parked right at the corner. And even worse if you have some vehicles parked right in front of the church. And so, evening time, sometimes same problem again. So sometimes you try to avoid it as much as possible. And caller, I believe that you are absolutely correct. And it is an issue that I believe the Royal Grenada Police Force needs to raise together with the people who own businesses in that area and who are parking. I don't think there anybody that lives there. Probably the first place that somebody lives there is up where the barber used to be in the wheelchair there. I don't think anybody lives there, but it's something that has to be looked at. 440-7377, 440-7377.
You see it up in your paradise, cooling your feet.
Yeah, so once again, 440-7377. That's a 440-7377. And for those of you outside of Grenada, 347-329-3101. That's the numbers for you to call and get onto the program.
On the blood that you steal, innocent people that you kill, now the ghost will come back to haunt you in the ocean. Bedlam of terror, you never know there will come the hour when the courier will blow your cover and make them take you down for your actions of hate. On all those you indoctrinate, slice of the bread that the devil eat shall be your ocean. Oh, summer.
We have a call online. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, okay. The farmers meeting today is at Baines Hall in Grenville.
It's at Baines Hall?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What time is it?
I can't remember the time.
Well, it will be taking place this afternoon?
Yeah, this afternoon.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so very much, sir.
Welcome.
All right. Yes, so we have a caller there that gave us the location. Can someone call and give us the time that meeting will be taking place? Whether it's 3, 4, 5, 6, what time that meeting will be taking place? All right. Yeah, we need the farmers and the fishermen. Farmers and fishermen. I think a lot of times we keep saying farmers, 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 and not saying fishermen. And also to any of you out in the UK, there is a Grenadian contingent. In fact, I'll come back to that. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, that person missed the opportunity. Yeah. The Grenadian High Commission in London, they will be meeting with the Home Secretary tomorrow. And Mrs. Akima Paul Lambert, she's asking for any of you that have some information as to how this decision has affected or may affect you all. That's in relation to the Windrush issue. Yeah? That you can contact her. You look for her on Facebook, Akima Paul Lambert, and so and you can contact the Grenada High Commission as well. and pass your information on to them as how this has affected, will affect, or may affect you and your family. All right? Yeah, because there's this issue in the UK right now where a decision has been made to basically deport a lot of persons who have been growing up in the UK and all this sort of things. In other words, to strip them of their nationality that they ought to have because of the amount of time that they have spent in the UK and that sort of thing. And it is of a concern. I know Prime Minister Theresa May, she would have apologized to the Caribbean leaders in relation to that particular issue and what was being done, what was said, and that sort of thing, because it came across really, really wrong. Yeah? And Caribbean leaders, as well as many from that generation in the UK, are not sitting down and take it lightly. It's something that we'll speak about a little more when we get some more information on it. All right? 440-7377, 440-7377. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I am stuck between a rock and a hard place in this modern time. God gave us a gift, we brain and we cranium, still he gave us a mind to think about positive endeavors to make we life rise up. But some people that I know thinking so low, they brain living in the dust because they would see it on the name of a brother with malice intention, when instead they could be uplifting a sister for life.
So 440-7377. Yeah, give us a call. Let us know what time that meeting is taking place, or you could send a message to us, yeah, on Facebook or wherever. So 440-7377. For those of you outside of Grenada, 347-329-3101.
Will gossip, illiteracy, simple mind, talk about places that they could never be. Ordinary mind, talk about events.
Yes, good morning to Alicia and Rafael.
But wouldn't mind speak about ideas.
And Solia, I don't know, $1,700. Chris Reach.
Such a spiritual force.
Yeah, those people in the UK, they're complaining about the heat right now, yeah?
You are in control, so there's no reason to fight. I know you heard this before. Life is how you make it. So be honorable.
Okay, Bala, thank you, sir. 5 p.m. So the meeting with the farmers and fishermen will be taking place at Baines Upper Level. That'll be at 5 p.m. Yeah, you all know where Baines Hall is there, man.
Yes, man.
And I don't want just the farmers to go. I want the fishermen to go as well. Yeah? The fishermen. You have a say in this thing. Your industry can be worth more than $40 million to the Grenadian economy on a yearly basis. That's a low figure for how much it can be worth to the Grenadian economy. Come on, you need to be properly represented too and have your concerns and issues raised at that level. So you need to be at that meeting to ensure that whoever is selected to represent you all, that person is a fit and proper person who understands the issues and can articulate on your behalf, yes?
But wouldn't mind speak about ideas, and great mind speaks philosophy.
Yeah, I know some of you were asking about the portfolios. I've been starting to read it a little earlier. So the Ministry of National Security, Public Administration, Home Affairs, Information and Communications Technology. In that ministry, you have the Miss Anne Brizan. She's the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for National Security and Public Administration. Mrs. Sally Ann Bagwan Logie. She's the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for Home Affairs and Information Communication Technology. Under the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development, Public Utilities, Energy, Transport, and Implementation, we have Ms. Kim Frederick. She's the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for Infrastructure, Development, and Implementation. And Ms. Patricia Clark, the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for Public Utilities and Energy. In the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development, and Religious Affairs, we have Mr. Finley Jeffrey, Permanent Secretary with responsibility for Education, Acting, and Ms. Jacinta Joseph, Permanent Secretary with responsibility for Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs. Under the Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation, you have Mrs. Arlene Buckmeyer Outram, the Permanent Secretary. Ministry of Youth Development, Sports and Culture, Mr. Kevin Andal. He's the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for Youth Development, Culture and the Arts. Ministry of Health, Social Security and International Business, we have Ms. Pauline Peters, the Permanent Secretary. Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, Mrs. Veronica Charles, she's the Acting Permanent Secretary there. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Alva Brown, the Permanent Secretary. Ministry of Labor, Ms. Lima Frederick. Ministry of Legal Affairs, Ms. Ruth Rouse, the Permanent Secretary there. Ministry of Finance, Planning, Economic Development and Physical Development, Mrs. Ophelia Wells Cornwall, she's the Permanent Secretary. And Mr. Aaron Francois, he's the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade and Cooperatives. Yeah, so several changes would have taken place within the portfolios there. Nice.
Instead of vision, a lot of people.
It's now 4 minutes to the hour of 11 o'clock. If you've got to be somewhere for 11 and you're more than 4 minutes out, my friend, you're late.
So their life is on wait. Most of their thoughts is based on fiction and not reality. So
I heard what quite a few people have been saying there in relation to that. Oh yeah, Kalyan saying surrogates already planted in that meeting to elect a puppet. I wonder what's going on there. Farmers and fishermen, all you turn out, call each other, get a ride, go on up to that meeting. It's taking place at Baines Hall at 5 p.m. Fishermen, yes, fishermen, you have a say too. Farmers, you have a say. Fishermen, you have a say. Nice. Go and get a proper representative, right? One who go actually show up in the Senate and that kind of thing. You understand?
Talk about places that they could never be. Ordinary mind. Talk about events and personalities, but couldn't mind speak about ideas. A great mind speaks philosophy. I've tried my best for my mind to be good and one day be great. That is why you could never get me to sit and procrastinate. Something needs to
440-7377 347-329-3101.
That is why I'm working so hard, my friends, for Calypso unification. If artists use their mind, there would be more focus, knowledge and understanding. And in order for us to make progress, we have to stop bickering, making fuss over what really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I really can't understand how some people are using unfortunate circumstances to their own selfish ends. And I'm not calling any names, I'm not making any direct statement here. But if there's a fire, people have died, there's a fire, and you take on your own to decide that you're going to try and make some money out of that, so you're going to go around and pretend to be a member of the family or so, and you're going to go around. Actually, that's fraud, huh? And once reported, the Royal Grenada Police Force could do what they need to do to deal with that situation, because that, my good friends, is fraud. Yeah? You cannot collect money for that and not give the money up to the relevant people. Or you have a family member that has died and you decide that you're going to use that opportunity to collect money. Because what you're doing is that you're setting a precedent here when these stories start to come out, that these people have died and people was collecting money and not passing it on to the family. Or that even family members were collecting money and not passing it on to who they were supposed to pass it on to. Or they were collecting under a false pretense that they were not even supposed to be collecting because that was taken care of, and they're collecting money and so on and keeping it for themselves. Now, the police could arrest them for fraud, they could be charged and so on, they could end up spending some time up the hill for that. That's one thing. But it also sets in the mind of the average Grenadian who would like to help to be very concerned about giving money. And sometimes it might be a genuine case of somebody that comes and needs help with something, and people will be afraid to assist. We have to be very careful with that. Because over the past weeks, this second case that Cami was speaking about this morning, that I'm hearing something like that. And it's going to start to affect the ability of people who are seriously in need to be able to collect. to do what needs to be done. Yeah? So please, those who are engaged in it, let me don't reach the stage that police have to come and knock your door. Give the people the money. You collected money on their behalf, give the money to where it's supposed to go. Yeah? That's the first one. You collect for that, give the money up to where it's supposed to go. That's one part of it. And secondly, don't do that sort of thing again, because you're making it difficult for people that have serious needs, actual needs and so on. You're creating a problem for them when they're trying to collect monies in the future to assist. Yeah? Nice. Denise, I'm asking myself the same problem. I don't know how they could sleep at night knowing that they do that sort of thing. Yeah?
What kind of song I'll be singing?
It's bad. It's very un-Grenadian. That's not a Grenadian thing. That's not how Grenadians are. We've never been that type of people.
Kind of song again. You know that your music is special. Real uplifting calypso.
And also, people, you have to be careful. The donation sheets, I believe, have to be okayed through the RGPF. The raffle sheets and donation sheets, and so they have to be okayed through the RGPF, if I'm remembering correctly.
Set my people free. Rise them up from humiliation, hunger and frustration. Mr. Calypsonian, it's your obligation. You know the good seed you sow and fertile soil will be growing as green as grass. Cause every word that the prophet had,
it's definitely not a nice one.
surely come to pass. Cause if you walk up and sweat in my vineyard, by your sweat you shall eat your bread.
So remember, I'm going to continue to say it, farmers and fishermen. You have that meeting, eh? Nice, right?
For the same song again.
Keep me for the hunter, I might go to us. Hunters Association. I know it's not the hunting season, but still, I would go.
Singing the same song again. A melodious.
Fishermen, make sure you go.
The same song again. A calypso. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't do those kind of things, man. A dead body lying at the funeral home, and this is the sort of thing that people studying money. Come on, man.
Better than no one. I'm giving you the same kind of art.
Says a lot, huh? I know me. I ain't paying my mouth in no bowlie to talk. I ain't paying it in no pigtail bucket to talk. I say what to say. Yeah, it says a lot.
Bring on misfortune and pain. Just rise them up from total destruction.
Rise them up.
From illiteracy.
Rise them up.
Join some kind of program.
Rise
Go
them
to
up.
university. And she offers you a master's or a bachelor's, an associate degree.
Rise them up.
Discover your talent. There must be some hidden ability. You see the preparation you make today will go a long, long way tomorrow. The little education you grab, I pray, will help to wipe away your sorrow. Cause when you're preparing for a rainy day, bet while the sun still
440-7377 347-329-3101. Scotty and Scotty out there in the US are saying a special good morning to you, Patricia and Matthew.
a lyrical song.
Jana, good morning.
The same song again. Melodious song again.
Good morning to you, Beverly.
Same song again. A calypso song again.
All our listeners out there in the US, we're saying a special good morning. North Carolina, South Carolina, Connecticut. Hoping that all of you are having a fabulous day today. Those of you in the UK, I know you're having a wonderful day. It's very warm, yeah? In fact, extremely warm, they're saying.
But to sing the same kind of song again. I cannot compare myself with Christ, but I'm willing to make a sacrifice.
And I'm pretty sure that the Royal Grenada Police Force, on hearing these constant happenings, they're going to start to do investigations, and whoever is found guilty of doing that sort of thing, somebody die and you're saying you're collecting money on behalf of the family and all this sort of thing, and then you're keeping the money for yourself, yeah, somehow you're going to be facing the jail, huh? Yeah.
Religious authority. Please try
and don't expect me to feel sorry for you, eh? Because you looked at somebody's serious situation, I mean a situation of death, you're looking at that and doing those kind of things. No.
Just do what the fella say.
Even if you're a family member and you do it, you're wrong. Yeah.
Sheep that is gonna stray. Well, our portion is gonna be bitter when the clock strike judgment day. This is the same song again, a spiritual song again, same song again, a lyrical song again. It's the same song again, a redemption song again.
Let me say as well to many of you who have been messaging me on Facebook and so, or meeting me and asking or calling. Yesterday I was at a funeral, I got a call and all about this advertisement that's being put all over Facebook. It's all over Facebook by a group of individuals who call themselves Gulf Jobs. And they're speaking about jobs in Canada and New Zealand and the UK and so, nursing jobs and all these sort of things. This is a scam. It is a scam. Number one, if the Canadian government is seeking to provide employment for persons outside of Canada, they would contact the governments in those countries and they would send that information through them. If private companies are doing that, they would look for a company that has some sort of profile. I've done some background research, just scantingly, on Gulf Jobs, and it's not the first time I've seen this popping up about jobs in fruit pickers in Canada and so on. And they're targeting you here in Grenada because they know that there is a legitimate program that's done through the government of Grenada for people who would like to pick fruits in Canada. There's a legitimate program through the government of Grenada together with the government of Canada that exists. So they're targeting Grenada with these fake things all over the internet, and some people are being taken for a ride. Folks, if it seems too good to be true, 99.9% of the time, it usually is. Yeah, if it seems way too good to be true, 99.9% of the time, it usually is. Yeah? Because what these individuals, and from some of the information I got, one of the call centers that they have for that is based in India. There are some African countries that are doing it as well. So you say that you're interested and you contact them via their website. So they try to bring you to their website. But when you go to their website, you have different things on the side, advertising different things, because they get paid by the volume of people that visit their website. They get one set of money for that, right? So that's one set of money that they're getting. But outside of that, when you go there and you give them your personal information and they start contacting you, they tell you there has to be a clearance fee. In other words, in one instance, they told one person that their CV, their curriculum vitae, that has to be sent when you're applying for a job. They said they have that a system where they review those curriculum vitae to make sure that they are properly done. But it's going to cost you. It costs you £200. This was a person in the UK that was held by that. So they had to send £200 to the person to make sure that the application was done properly. Not to apply for the job, just to see if the application was done properly. Then they say there's a handling fee. In another instance, they told one person there's a handling fee. And this person paid, they told them 99 US. I mean, basically it's 100 US, right? But they wouldn't say 100 US because 100 US seems more than 99. It is more than 99, but it seems a significant number larger than 99. So they said 99 US. You had to pay them 99 US for them to apply for the job for you. Yeah? And in no instance, none that I've been able to find online or otherwise, have I found a single person that has gotten a job through that. And it's been around. This is not the first time I'm seeing it. Over the last 5 years, it's been circulating, and it started circulating again. Yeah, it started circulating again. So you have to be very careful. Again, do not go sending money to anyone you don't know. There are people that still getting taken with this thing. that people call you and say that, oh, and there's a fake profile in the name of Dr. Keith Mitchell again. I'm totally fed up with Facebook and this right now, because every minute we have to continue reporting these fake profiles in the name of the Prime Minister of Grenada. And yet there is another one again. And they are telling people about some United Nations grant funding. Brothers and sisters, there's no United Nations grant funding program under the government of Grenada where anybody is contacting you via WhatsApp, or anybody is contacting you via email, or anybody is contacting you via Instagram, or anybody is contacting you via Twitter, or anybody is contacting you via Facebook. None. Zero. Zilch. Zot. Because we have people sending 600 and 700 US to these scammers who are based in places like Nigeria. One sent a message to me recently claiming to be the Prime Minister of Grenada. Me, you know, me just sent a message to claiming to be Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, talking to me on Facebook. So they send this message, and I asked him if he's still in Nigeria, knowing full well the Prime Minister was here. So I asked them, I say, "You're still in Nigeria?" He said, "Yes, but I have a problem. I need some money. I can't access my accounts over here. So if you could just send some money to me, I'll refund you." And they sent all their information for dum-dum me now to take money and send to Africa for them. Yeah, me, I that stupid. Yeah, well, you wouldn't like to know what I told them after. I couldn't really reveal that part because it wasn't very nice and some of the language wasn't of the Queen's English. But anyhow, yeah, it was the Queen's English actually, you know, just the part that the Queen might not want to use or hear. Yeah. But you have to be very careful. Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell does not send out friend requests. He doesn't have a Facebook page sending out friend requests. He has a Facebook profile as the Prime Minister of Grenada, but he does not send out friend requests. So you see a friend request coming from Dr. Keith Mitchell or Keith Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, or Dr. Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, it is fake. It is fake. Yeah? So please, please stop being fooled by these people, because here's what. They make a lot of money doing it, so they're not going to stop. They're just going to find new ways and new names and do it. Yeah, they're going to continue to do it. Because if they hold 10 people a month, 600 US, that's 6,000 US they make for 1 month, you know. And they hold in more than 10. Because if they hold 2 in Grenada, 1 in Trinidad, well, they might hold a lot more in Trinidad, because I'm Trinidadian, you understand. So they might hold about 20 in Trinidad, they hold a 2 in Grenada, they hold a 2 in Barbados, they hold a 2 in St. Vincent, they hold a couple in Jamaica, different places. If they hold a few, remember, each person they hold a 600 US, all that money is theirs. And all you need to send to them when you send the money is the tracking number, and they go in and claim it. They go in and claim it, whichever part of the world they are. So please, stop being fooled. And I'm seeing some very reputable persons sharing that information via Facebook. Please, this thing about jobs in Canada, it is fake. Stop. It's a scam. It is fake. People will lose money. And those of you that may be on the way right now to Western Union or MoneyGram to send the money to them, do not go. I know that MoneyGram does an excellent job, and Western Union. When you go there and they realize that it's this kind of thing, you're sending it to some place like Nigeria or one of these countries or so, they ask you the question, if you know who you're sending. In fact, I think in the MoneyGram office, I think they had up a sign asking you if you're sure who you're sending this money to. And there are people that found themselves in serious problem with that because they borrow money from people. They borrow money from people to go and send, thinking that they have a set of money to get, or they go in and get a big job. And then they can't repay the person. Yeah? They can't repay the person. So it is a problem. So please, yeah, please, there is no United Nations grant. Because what they do with that United Nations grant thing, and if you go online, you would see that I've been speaking about this thing for the last 3 years, and there are still people being fooled by it here. Greed is a hell of a thing, eh? There are still people being fooled by this thing. Because they tell you that there's this United Nations grant. They tell you just send the basic information and that you've been approved. Sometimes even before you even fill out any information, they tell you you've been approved. Then they just go and they design a check and they put your name on it. They say, what's your proper name? You give them a name. They put your proper name and they design a check. They take a picture of that and they send it to you and say, we're sending this check to you now. But in order for this entire process to go through, you must send to us 300 US. Or you must send to us, and you say, oh, I'm getting 25,000 US. Wow, that's wonderful. Let me send that money to them. And you go and you borrow the money from people and send the money to them. And that's the last you ever hear from these people. And each of you that hear that, please tell somebody else about it. Don't keep the information for yourself. Because there are a lot of people that you believe are very, very, very intelligent, or who might be very, very intelligent and fall for this, you know. There are very, very people who we all know and consider to be very intelligent who have fallen for this thing. You wouldn't believe some of the people that I know that have fallen for this thing. There's another trick that they're using. And I'm saying it because many of our people here in Grenada are falling victim to these things. There are some people who are calling and they're doing like, okay, they're sending messages out of your friend's profile. So they see that you are friends with me. They create a profile in my name. And then they message you saying that, oh, I've traveled, let's say I'm in Germany. And I've lost my wallet, I lost everything. So I just get access to the internet for a little while. Could you send me some money for me to organize my passage back to Grenada? And you wouldn't believe some of the people that have fallen for these things. And I'm talking about managers and different things in some organizations that ought to know better. Sending 1,000 US and all that kind of thing for people. Only for it to be picked up by somebody in Ghana or Nigeria or so. The main area that these scams come from. Yeah, so please be careful. Please be careful. And when you go to Western Union and you go to MoneyGram and they're asking you that question, they're not asking you that question because they're trying to stop you from getting your blessing. And that's what some people actually stand up and tell the people, oh, they're trying to stop my blessing. Let me send me money and get me money, eh? They're telling you, the staff at Western Union telling you, don't send it. This is a scam. You know this person? Miss, I don't mean to mind your business, you know, but you know this person? You know who these people are? Have you met them before? You spoke with them? You done business with them before? They're asking you, and they're too fast what they want to know my business for. They're asking because they're trying to save you. Yeah, that's why they're asking. So please, seriously, as I said, I had to speak about that one today again. Because I realize, especially over the past few weeks, it has come in the form of jobs in Canada and fruit picking and house cleaners and hospital workers and nurses and that sort of thing. I've seen that. It's popped up for New Zealand, it's popped up for the UK, and it's popped up for Canada. Yeah, I've seen it. For some strange reason, they ain't touching the United States with that one. But they're going to try it just now too. Yeah, and they've been doing those sort of things and getting people to send money to them. Time for that to stop.
Oh, yo, 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 yo. Give me my flowers now. Everybody knows that many heroes has lived and died among us. But it's only after the dead and gone they seem to get some recognition. But while some of them live, they suffer and grieve.
Common sense ain't common.
And then to add more insult to it.
A person tell you again $25,000, but you must first send 600 US to them.
When you hear they opening up the mouth, no. When Mary was alive,
I mean, if you're doing transactions here and you're going through the bank, and so there is a fee for doing the transaction here at the bank in Grenada. But that's people that you know, you're sitting in the bank, it's an institution, it's one thing. But people online that you never see, you never know, you don't know anything about, come on, please.
I don't want you happy, you don't like
Yes, Lady Fran, I know that.
Give me flowers before I dead.
It's in reference to the population. Population of Trinidad is 1 point something million, so the probability of more persons being engaged in that activity, not that it are more stupid people there, yeah, is that there are more people there, yeah? Grenada is 110. Trinidad is 1.2 million, yeah? So while you might have 2 coming out of Grenada a week, you might have 10 coming out of Trinidad on a weekly basis.
You could say I'm a good man right now.
Jamaica, their population is what, over a million as well. I think closer to 2 million or so. So you'd have a probability of more people coming out of there. And there are also people in the Caribbean doing it. In fact, there was once a individual here in Grenada that was doing similar things, offering people jobs and this kind of thing, and saying you have to pay this amount of money first and all kind of thing. Before a cent leave your, well, we don't use cents again, but before even a 25-cent piece leave your pocket to go into these things, make sure you know for a fact it's something that works. And in fact, don't even look for no them thing online.
Give them the honor they deserve before they
because 99.99999% of them is scam. And the other 1% doesn't work. Well, less than 1% doesn't work.
they have no importance. So give me now instead cocoa, fish cake and bread.
And I said some very intelligent people. So if I could only call the names of some of the people that tell me to get hold of this thing.
You say I was nice like Father Ed. Just give me flowers before.
Good morning.
Mr. Scott, pleasant morning to you, sir.
Hey, buddy, how are you doing?
And good morning to your listening audience.
All right.
Well, I've been attacked with the Nasenberg syndrome.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
But I give it a double dose of Mitchell. I do the dance, and then after I went to Mitchell Health and Wellness in Granans, and so far it's working.
Nice.
Now, Mr. Scott, this meeting for the fisher folks and farmers this evening, do you know how much advance notice these folks had in terms of this meeting? And the other issue, the other question is that, is any form of transportation being provided for the folks who will be coming from the far outer parishes? And if that is not the case, it come like if this thing is a stage event.
Well, my friend, I'm the last person to know, because that would be the farmers and fishermen. They would have their association, and they are the ones that have to come up with all these things. You realize I didn't even know the location nor the time.
Yeah, well, I heard it this morning.
Yeah, I only got that. I got it while I'm on air. I got the location and the time. I knew it had a meeting, but I couldn't say where and when.
You know, all right. So as a result of that, you know, I hope the farmers and fisher folks in St. Andrews, you know, they need to come out in large numbers this evening and swarm that place, you know, and elect somebody who they know will represent them, not anybody that or people who they don't know come and nominating people. You know what I mean? I'm not a fisher folk. I'm a small farmer, so to speak. But I'll make it my special duty, you know, to get up there in a timely manner. But we cannot let this thing go down just like that.
Let me say something else, huh? Now, I keep saying farmers and fishermen because the person represents the agriculture sector. So it's farmers and it's fishermen, yeah?
Yeah.
What about all the guys who have the trawlers that operate out of Petit Martinique? How much notice was given to them so that one or two of them could be there to represent the interests of the fishermen out there in Petit Martinique? Because the fishermen in Petit Martinique have issues.
Yes.
They have issues. Yeah? It's not like they just go out and they fish and nothing happens, and they have issues too that they would like somebody to articulate on their behalf.
I agree.
That has not been happening before. What about the fishermen and the farmers in Carriacou? Are they invited? Do they have anybody coming down to that particular meeting to articulate their position as to how agriculture and fishing could be improved in Carriacou. What about the nutmeg farmers out there in St. David or in St. John or even in St. George, Northeast and different areas? Are they going to have significant representation there this afternoon to speak on their behalf and to also get a person who can articulate the issues that are affecting them? Or are we going to end up with just another person just to talk about support a particular political party and talk about things on a personal level?
Well, they better don't get us mad in Grenville, because we will elect a gentleman they call McDonald to represent us in. Okay. Now, Mr. Scott, a gentleman raised the issue with parking somewhere in the city in
in St. George, yeah, in the town, yeah.
Right.
There is a parking problem.
All right. No, but no, that we have a problem in Grenville, and what I observe is that many of the business people in Grenville, they are of the opinion that they can park their vehicle right in front of the store. And I don't know why we allow that. You know, and the vehicles are parked there all day, whilst traffic could be backed up as a result of a lack of parking. We have to stop that. What we need to introduce, whether it's nationally or in the town of Grenville, is a voucher parking system. So if your vehicle cannot be parked in the same spot for more than an hour or more than 2 hours, so when the police check, the police will see your voucher is displayed, and he will know, well, what time you parked there. So they know what time to pass back. And the thing is that now you and the other business person right next to you, you all cannot juggle park. So we will say, you park here, 1 hour, you move, and we just switch space. It cannot work like that. You have to go to another street. And this is another way to make money. But we cannot allow these folks to park right in front of the business like that all day. Now, my next point here, Mr. Scott, I am so excited about the government approach when it comes to the permanent secretaries. I am quite impressed. And I keep on saying, that's the kind of things we elect this government to do. We give them the mandate to put the necessary mechanism in place in order for things to work. But one of the things I really want to see us look at in the very near future is government workers not making the time. You know, everybody wants more money, everybody wants this and everybody wants that. They must make the time, because it affects other people that works in the same environment, that works on a daily basis, and they see the carelessness and the lackadaisical attitude in people not making that time, but at the end of the month, the entire salary is in there. And you who makes your time every day, when you miss a day, you don't get paid for it. It is not fair. My last point here, sir. People who collect monies to assist people in need and don't turn it over. Mr. Scott, the question I want to ask, I don't know if this is a problem, and I don't know if this is wrong. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this thing has been done so regular, and you'll never hear one person has been held accountable. Look, in my area where I work, there is a former Calypsonian from Guam. He is always in this area. I chase him all the time too. He knows when I'm here, he don't come. Begging the tourists, for donation to do all kind of things. He is not, the police is made aware of it, but I don't know. Maybe this thing is too trivial for them. It doesn't matter. So, to an extent, it comes like if we're giving people the amber light. I won't say the green light, but the amber light, you know, to do this thing and get away with it. I find this is things we have to make people afraid to do. You know, because they know if they get caught, the consequences are serious. But they're doing it, they're getting away with it. So, other people feeling, it's okay, man. We could make a list, go in Grenville. We could make a list, go in town. And if we get $30, $40 for the day, it's, as far as they're concerned, it's a good day's pay. Now, you see, the thing you talk about people sending money to different people, whether it's for job or other things. I'll give you a scenario, Mr. Scott. I was working with some Egyptian, so I had a lot of information. You know, the address in Egypt, you know, the phone number, the brother's name, and things like that, because of our connection over a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a message stating that this person, they want to invest in Grenada, but they're looking for a partner. And so I told them that sounds very interesting. So they gave me the details, and then I said, look, my brother works for the Metropolitan Police in Cairo. His address, correct address, is this. His phone number is that. Mr. Scott, since then, nobody has ever contacted me from Egypt again. So I'm just saying, I don't know why people are getting caught up in this kind of trivial foolishness.
And the worst part, my brother, is that the staff, and I have to continue praising the staff at MoneyGram and at Western Union, they're asking them the questions. They're telling, when they realize, because they train this thing and they see enough of that happen. So when you go there and they realize you're sending this money to a weird place, so let's say to some part of Nigeria or some part of Ghana, or under some kind of weird name, or one of those names that may look pretty innocent. It may say it going to London or wherever, but it's a name and an address that keep coming up as one of the scamming addresses. And so they're asking questions, and people telling them they're trying to steal their blessing. What they asking them all them questions for? That's the attitude of some persons.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, you know, this is things that, you know, like I said, we have to praise the staff at this financial area places, you know, for allotting people when they come. But one thing the staff must realize, when they realize it's a scam, and they find they're getting attitude from the people who they're trying to wise up, no problem. From the time they realize that, no problem. Let, you know, speed up the process so they could send the money.
Well, they have no choice, you know. If you decide you still want to send it, they have to send it.
Yep. Yeah.
They have no choice.
Well, Mr. Scott, so far, I like the country, you know, the track the country is on. You know, it seems that there are some people who have still not yet recuperated from the blows. But I keep on saying, you know, get well soon. We have a country to build, you know. We are not prejudiced towards anybody, regardless of who you supported. You know, once your contribution is meaningful, and once your contribution is in the best interest of the country and the Grenadian people, you are welcome on board. But if you choose to sit out, we also respect that. But Mr. Scott, now, give me 2 seconds. Now, has the Governor General appointed any of the opposition of the people and the NDC to the Senate?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, some of the mouthpieces have been saying to them, do not participate in anything that the NNP is part of. Well, Mr. Scott, now there are 23,000 people that supported them. So my heart goes out to these folks. But if it is their choice not to participate, well, I'm telling you, here what is my suggestion to Dr. Mitchell and the NNP. Once they refuse to participate, 2.5 years, we call in a snap election and give them another 15 and give them some reason to complain. Have a blessed morning.
All right, my brother. 440-7377. That's a 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. It's now 35 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock. If you've got to be somewhere by 12 o'clock, you need to get a move on. Yeah, we don't want you speeding on the roads and so. We don't want you speeding on the roads and all of that. But get a little move on to get to where you have to get to. 440-7377. That's 440-7377.
Many nice things did he say. I had to wonder if it's the same person they was talking.
Yeah, I'm wondering, that meeting is taking place. Elections were the 13th of March. So between then and now, you knew that you would have to have a meeting. Even if the same person was offering themselves again, it didn't matter. You had to have a meeting as an organization to select who the representative would be. And I'm very interested in knowing if Petit Martinique is properly represented there. Because we have a lot of fishermen. Most of the trawlers you see on the Carenage and other areas are from Petit Martinique. It's a major source of income for Petit Martinique, and therefore they would want to have somebody that represents their interest and can speak on behalf of the fisher folk of Petit Martinique. The same goes for Carriacou, where fishing is also a big industry, yeah, but also agriculture. Yeah, I know Slade and his friends would have liked to have somebody down here to represent them at that meeting. And then you have St. John, it's in St. Andrew. What about the fishermen in St. John? Or, well, Sobeys and so are right down there. But to the south of the island, in Caliste and so on. And the nutmeg farmers in Cloget and the farmers in Cloget and so. What about them? Are they all going to be afforded the opportunity to have a say in relation to the final outcome today? Yeah? I'm just thinking out loud, eh? That's just me. I ain't saying any people doing nothing wrong. I'm just thinking out loud. All right? Nice. That's just me. All right? Good.
Fish cake and bread. Give me flowers before I dead. Don't wait till I gone. You say I was nice like Father Ed. Just give me flowers.
So you can give us a call, 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Yeah, I'm flying solo today. Hopefully not so tomorrow, but so today.
I'm hungry right now. Will you feed me now? Will you recognize me now?
Yeah, Depot is saying he saw a few of the athletes on Grandans Beach. Yeah, they relax when they come to Grenada. It's not the kind of place they don't have to pay to go on a beach. Some countries, even within the Caribbean, there are some countries that when you're going to the beach, you actually have to pay a fee to be able to go onto the beach to use the beach. Now here in Grenada, we'll never stand for anything like that. All beaches we own, right? Nice. We sure on that. All beaches we own, we go in on any beach we want and we pay them when we want.
And you could be heroes too, yeah.
And we reasonable. We doesn't go and do things we ain't supposed to do on the beach. We reasonable. And the tourists and them like that because they feel a part of the country, yeah?
And we never appreciate.
They didn't feel like if they're on Miami Beach. They realize they're on Grenada because you're seeing Grenadians on the beach with you.
So leave no stone unturned. No effort must be spared. So give me flowers before I die. No procrastinating. And don't even say I dread. Just give me flowers before.
Yes, remember on Saturday it's going to be the Grenada Invitational, eh? And yeah, coming up, the police, they have their sports, a lot of sports coming up too, but they have Food Fest 8 taking place at Camp Raymond. That's coming up pretty soon, eh? So you have to keep in contact to get that wonderful information.
Nothing so no more. You die young. Live, love, and take care of people. Since the start of times, man fighting for land.
Yeah, my quote for today is that, every day I just actually have a quote and I don't come on air and say it, but this one I won't say. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. Yeah? I hope that one, you understand that one. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. Nice?
Taking me to the grave with us when we die. Like we forget the Bible say, dust we from and we'll return there. Yet for all we don't give a damn, we have no concern. So, don't mind your big mansion up on the hill. You go still there and live it there. All acres of land from people you steal.
And remember, for those of you who want to play Pretty Mass this year, Helen Marie and Associates for Spice Mass 2018, she has her band Elementra. Welcome to the planet where the essence of life is defined by the elements of nature. Welcome to Elementra. Yeah, so her band launching, that'll be coming out soon. You could contact Helen 533-3351. So that's 533-3351. She also has the children's band.
So tell me, that 1 foot of land, you want to...
Candyland, yeah?
Nah. You go after dead.
I think, Helen, you're the reigning champ when it comes to children. I think you won last year. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Come on, man. Think about what you do.
So, yeah, she has a children's band. You could check her. Just when you go there, remember to say, Sheldon sent me, right? Nice.
It's like we
don't... Yeah, you could say it like that. She will understand. I talk with her. Yeah, just say Sheldon sent me. You won't get a discounted price. Sheldon and Devon sent me. Or Sheldon sent me or Devon sent me, right? Yes, go and tell her and you will get a discounted price.
Cause your blood scheme and conspire. How to trick and con you, sister. To take all...
And also remember the Brotherhood of St. George. Yeah, they're having that fundraiser to rebuild, continue the rebuilding process of the St. George Anglican Church. All right, so they're having that concert with the likes of Ajamo, Lisa McDonald, Rita Augustine, Nigel DeGale by 2, the Anglican Church Choir, Robert Pear, Algernon Belfon, and Simone Dance Group, the Daniel Trio. And they're having that on the Sunday, the 29th of April. So the Sunday after this Sunday, right, they're having that at the GBSS Auditorium starting from 5 p.m., all right? You could get your tickets on the Brotherhood of St. George, Mitchell's Pharmacy, Food Fair Complex in Grand Dance, and the church office on Church Street.
Don't care what you do, don't care what you say. You go still let and live all day. Trust me, because you feel you have a big house and big business. Sometimes you die.
Yeah, Wade, slow it down, Wade, slow it down.
Well, yeah, let us step up in life and think about what we're doing. To fight our brothers and sisters. But we all have to die. There's enough around to fulfill our need.
Yeah, this would actually be Braylon's first time in Grenada.
Enough to satisfy.
Has been representing Grenada, but he has not been home, yeah? His parents are Grenadian. Similar to somebody else I know. But he was born outside of Grenada.
Because greed has an appetite that could never be satisfied.
Let me say good morning to the staff at the General Hospital and all the medical facilities. Whichever position you work in, whether you're the doctor, whether you're the senior nurse, whether you're the just a caretaker, the cook, the food servers, the cleaners, whatever position you hold, I'm saying a very special, glorious Grenadian good morning to each and every one of you, and hope you all have a fantastic day today.
All the things from people you scam and steal.
Hi, good morning, Denise. I hope you're having a wonderful one. So, folks, remember, if it seems too good to be true, it usually, nearly, always is. So, those things that you're seeing online about jobs in Canada, fake, scam, don't even bother messaging them. Yeah? Don't even bother messaging them.
You go still let and live all day. Believe me, God is the master. He's in charge. And he looks down on everyone that is doing something wrong. So please, to the whole wide...
Elementary. Helen, I'm really interested in seeing exactly what those costumes look like, you know, yeah. Elementary.
We must be thankful. Thank God. Thank God. I left my little homeland.
Yeah, and today, the 19th day of April, huh? Imagine some people still preaching hate and all. You preach so much hate and division before the election. Yeah? You preach so much hate and division. They could say what they want about me. I never preached no hate and division. Yeah? Spoke the facts and I could have backed everything. Devon could have backed up everything he could have said. I could have backed up everything we say. And all the people we brought on the program could have backed up everything they say. Which is why we haven't been sued. Yeah? But you had these people preaching hate and division before. And they continue to do it right now. And then they come out and say they love Grenada. They're preaching hate. Hate this person. If you see that person wearing a green band, don't buy from them. If you're going on the bus and you see the driver have on a green shirt, even if it's not an NP shirt, don't go there. That's the kind of a mentality. That's the but what I'm going to continue doing it. I ain't being part of it and I will not encourage people to follow it. But show your true colors. Let your colors show. Show your true colors. Lay it out. Let people know exactly the type of individuals you are. Yeah? And you don't hear that political organization distancing themselves or saying, no, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't say that. They ain't distancing, man. They like that. They like it so.
But Grenadians condemn we own and big up other countries. We have one of the best universities right under we nose. But some Grenadians rather to study medicine in Barbados. And while we breadfruit and mangoes falling and spoil right in we yard, we import in some unhealthy snacks and soft drinks from Trinidad. It is time that the nonsense stop, and let we put we country right up on top. Thank God, thank God, thank God. For all the nice things that we have. Thank God, thank God, thank God. Grenadians could never stop. Thank God, thank God, thank God. So when you wake in the morning, thank the Lord. Thank God, thank God. Before you sleep in the evening, thank the Lord. This is all you got to do.
Yeah, 4407377 347-329-3101.
This is all you got to do. Just pray morning and evening too.
Also remember, it's coming up. The new National Party will be having a fun day during the Carnival season. Yeah? Carnival Saturday, in fact, at the Mount Telecom. We'll be giving you more information about that in the weeks to come. Gonna have various artists passing through. Food and drinks galore on sale. On sale. Yeah, it's gonna be taking place at the Mount Helicon. That's gonna be during the month of August. Carnival Saturday, to be exact.
We need to handle Grenada with more care. Cause within every neighborhood is an abundance of pure organic food.
So under how again a new rest on Carnival Saturday?
We now want to live down here.
I think traditional mass is on Saturday during the day.
And all kind of fish.
NNP Fun Day is the entire day.
Is the national dish. We ain't teaching this.
And Panorama the night.
Could all done no more.
And after Panorama finish, any show with the white show or whatever, yeah. It's a difficult one, and I know I'm making that one, but that one will be difficult. We have a caller. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Hi, morning. Hello. Hello. Oh boy, it seems as though they accidentally cut off the call. Alright, you'll give us a call back. 4407377.
Could you ever survive without money? Thank God, thank God, thank God. For the cocoa and nutmeg, thank God, thank God.
Yeah, I'm seeing a story of a Grenadian, as Paley just sent it. One or two other people have been sending it to me. Of this Grenadian who seems to have died in the UK.
Yes,
after spending over a year, the stress and everything, killed the guy. Yeah. He spent over a year trying to show them that he has all legal right to be there in the UK. Lost his job, everything.
True.
It's a pretty large issue in the UK.
Just pray morning and evening too.
Especially among Grenadians living in the diaspora. As I said again, 440-7377-347-329-3101. You know what, boy? Let me change up that kind of music here. Let me change it up let me change up the music a little bit, man. Let me see. Squeezy, let me try some Squeezy here. I go back to when dance was dance, man.
A promoter. Not until I went to get some honey by her. She started asking me what I up to and what I want to take she on me to do. She said once a singer want to sing, she could try to get me a top she label. Darling, once you have music for the dance hall, give me wine and make me ball at you all. I'm giving you all my business. Take it or leave it. I'm giving you.
Yeah, some of you, oh boy, I forgot to say that. Some of you may be having a little problem picking up the signal today. And it's because some tests are being run by the NTRC again, because if you listen to the press conference by the Honorable Gregory Bowen, Acting Prime Minister and also Minister with responsibility for telecommunications and public utilities, on Tuesday, he did mention that there continues to be the problem of interference with the frequencies used by the airport authority. That cannot be tolerated. And as such, they are running a series of tests again, which means that radio stations have been asked to adjust the power of their frequency slightly so that they would be able to check and say, well, okay, this is going on here, that is going on there, and so on. Yes, so that nobody would be broadcasting above what they're supposed to broadcast, because what it is affecting, it's affecting the ability of the airport's authority to speak to aircraft. Yeah, it is affecting that, and that's a dangerous something. Next thing you tell an aircraft to stay out or don't come in, and they just hear the part come in, and they decide that they're coming in on the approach and there's another aircraft taking off at the same time, that's disaster. So in order for Grenada to continue having its rating and probably receive an increased ranking for its airport facility, that must be sorted out. So the NTRC is doing all in its power, together with the Airports Authority and the various radio stations, to track down which frequencies are the offenders, yeah, and to make sure that that problem is properly addressed. So some of you may be having some problems with the frequency today. You may not be hearing 97.5 or even 89.5 as clear as you usually hear it. And that's due to the adjustments that are being made as the NTRC is doing their little sweep. All right? Nice. Beautiful. Helen Marie, morning. Elementra, where the essence of life is defined by the elements of nature. I want to see where fire look like. I'm interested in seeing where water look like. Helen, I ain't feel waiting for them thing to reach down in boot number 1 of the NIS small. I feel passing home and look at them thing and then when I finish here.
It's good to try something new, my friend. You never know where you will get better. Boy, you don't know what you...
Folks, just remember you can check Helen 533-3351. Give Helen a call. If all you're up, Mass Bunny want to tell me nothing, well, I can't say nothing. Don't tell me I bias.
You have an image that you portray, but don't care what nobody say once you get your pay.
I want to see thousands of masqueraders, you know. I want to see a lot of mass on the streets, eh?
I'm giving you all my...
I want more mass players than spectators, yeah?
Make somebody dance, make somebody prance, take my honey and kill somebody.
The Little Miss Grenada pageant is coming up as well next month, eh? The tickets are here in Grenada. I'm still waiting to hear exactly where the tickets selling, eh? Right, nice.
I'm giving you all my business if you want it.
Najuma. Junior, Jermaine, somebody, anybody. Ali, let me know exactly where. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to sort that out. The problem may persist for 1 or 2 days with the quality of the frequency, but hopefully that can be sorted out within the next couple of days as the NTRC comes to the end of it. So anybody come and say NTRC shut them down, let them know they're lying, eh? NTRC ain't shut down nobody, right? Even if they ask you to turn off your frequency for a couple hours or so, it is because they are trying to track down where the problem is coming from. It went away when they did their last thing and it come back again. So they have to do their tests and so again to find out exactly where that problem is coming from. Nice? Good.
Make somebody dance, make somebody prance, make somebody dance.
Yeah, Karaku, there's one of you all alone, isn't it?
Innocent bull in your family big. Small island people, they all related. I bounced up this guy we flew from New York. He started to give me this family talk. His last name was Bullen. His first.
Anshel, good morning to you.
Throughout the island, he told me the family spread. At first, I didn't want to believe him. When he tell me tight, he was Bullen. He mentioned the fellow and the doc. I know I knew that for a fact. I had to take in the old talk when he started to trace the family back. Oh, that day when we landed in Point Salin, who you think that came and received him? Tighty Bullen, Tighty Bullen. Man, I went with them to the city. Then we
Tighty, good morning, Tighty. Short man.
DJ Punkin kicking like a mad. Who get away on the Esplanade? Ray Bullen, Ray Bullen. Man, there's plenty bulling in the area. Oh, give me music. Man, a sexy German girl on holiday. Me and my partner masters met she in Lavi.
Yeah, I didn't even realize time nearly gone, you know.
Right as the sun.
It's been a kind of quiet day today, yeah?
Kind of German one. She says she loves soca and she love it bad. The family bias bad. At first I didn't want to believe she when she said who was she family. She says she cannot understand she family and a woman. She going and tell she mommy as soon as she touch down in Germany. Oh, yeah. Oh, you think that was your family? When that German girl start to tell me Tommy James Bullen. She say only past she was passing that day when she hear people saying try Bullen. She say in the market she passing when she hear everybody saying Exodus Bullen. Man, there's plenty bulling in the area.
Yes, indeed. What you see me going? Let me take that song out. All right. Folks, that's about all the time we have for today. And we apologize for the little problem some of you are having at 97.5 today. I'd like to thank all the radio stations who would have broadcast the program today. 89.5 CRFM Community Radio on your frequency modulated Kiampesh. 97.5 City Sound. 92.9 Sister Isles out there in Carrico. 94.9 out there in Brooklyn. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'm out of here. That's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. And everything you say, everything you do, do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. We love each and every one of you.